So, today we're going to talk about a really simple but honestly super powerful technique for actually solving problems. It's a method that helps you get to the real heart of any issue, and it all just starts with one little question. You know that feeling, right? You think you fixed something, you check it off your list, and then bam, a week later, it's back. It is so frustrating, and it's a classic sign you might be caught in what I call the symptom trap. So, what is the symptom trap? Well, it's when we waste all our time and energy fixing the things we can see, the symptoms, without ever getting to the real root cause. It's kind of like you're constantly mopping up a wet floor instead of just, fixing the leaky pipe that's causing the mess in the first place.
But what if there was a way to break out of that cycle for good? Well, there is. And it's this beautifully simple technique that's designed to do exactly that. Think of it as your secret weapon.
It's called the 5 whys. And the whole idea is to just keep asking the question why, usually about 5 times, to peel back all the layers of a problem, like an onion, until you finally get to the absolute core of what's going wrong.
And get this isn't some new agey management fad. This technique has a serious track record. It was actually developed by Toyota as a key part of their world-famous manufacturing system. I mean, they used it to solve incredibly complex engineering problems, which just goes to show you how solid it really is.
Okay, so the best way to really understand the power of this is to just see it in action. So let's walk through a really simple, everyday example together, step by step. So picture this. You look over at your favorite houseplant, and its nice green leaves are starting to turn yellow. Ugh. Okay, that's our surface level problem. Now, the old you might have just sprinkled some fertilizer on it and called it a day. But not anymore. Now we're going to ask why.
All right, let's follow the chain of whys. First, why are the leaves yellow? Well, because the plant isn't getting enough nutrients. Okay, that seems logical. Second why. Why isn't it getting any nutrients? Because they're being washed right out of the soil. Okay, third why. Why are they being washed out? Because I'm overwatering it. Now, we could stop right there, couldn't we? Problem solved. I'm just watering it too much. But let's push one level deeper. Fourth why. Why am I overwatering it? Because the top of the soil always feels dry. And this leads us to our final, most important question. Why is the topsoil dry when the plant is actually overwatered? And the answer is because the pot has no drainage.
And boom, there it is. That's the aha moment. See, the real problem wasn't the watering schedule at all. It was the pot itself. By pushing past those obvious symptoms, we found the true root cause. And this just shows the difference so perfectly. Fixing the symptom just means watering it less, and you'd probably be dealing with yellow leaves again in a month. But fixing the root cause, that means repotting the plant in a new pot that actually has proper drainage. Now that is a real lasting solution.
Okay, so you've seen how it works with a simple little houseplant. Now let's talk about how you can apply this incredibly powerful technique in, say, a professional setting.
Let's imagine a really common work scenario. You just missed an important deadline for a big project. Now, the easy answer is just, oh, I ran out of time. But we know better now, don't we? That's just a symptom. We've got to dig deeper. So, I'm going to ask you directly, what's your first why? Why did you really miss that deadline? Was it because one specific task took way longer than you thought it would? Or maybe you were stuck waiting on some critical piece of info from somebody else? That first answer, that's your real starting point to uncovering the actual issue. So as we wrap this up, let's just remember the key takeaways. First, you've got to look past the obvious symptoms. Second, use that simple question, why, over and over again to dig deeper. And third, your goal is to solve the root cause. That's how you create a solution that actually lasts. That's the entire magic of this technique. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Think about the biggest, most annoying, recurring problem you're facing right now. Could be at work, could be in your personal life. And ask yourself, what's the real pod? What's that underlying structural issue that, if you finally fixed it, would make all those frustrating symptoms just disappear for good? Thanks for tuning in.